two gacha games they've released in the recent days, KU0 Nightmare and Stella Sora, and there have been some negative comments about these games, and that's what I want to address and talk about. There's some concerns about expensive shops and high monetization, low chances for pulls, and a bit greedy maybe from the developers of these games. Maybe they are just being too greedy and not thinking on the long term of the game. They could address this as soon as possible and solve those issues, and the first game I want to talk about, released 2 days ago, is Stella Sora. So I have an account, I've been playing. The game is quite enjoyable, to be honest. The issue with Stella Sora is really the high monetization. They've set some really crazy prices on the shop. We're just gonna have a look. And comparing it to other games, yeah, it's too much. So this one is fine, 5 per month. We have this on other games. This one is fine. But then these ones are a bit too expensive. We have 15 for 10 pulls, 3,000 this is for the discs, $8 for 5. We have this one for tickets. And then what about this one? We have $17.99 for just 10 pulls. That's maybe a bit too much. And this is for materials. And let's just have a look at these ones. Okay, yeah, 100 for 8,500. There was a lot of complaint about these prices. There's even some videos on YouTube talking about that. That's like 40 pulls for 100, but on release is not good doing all of this, especially on the first day. I mean, people will be complaining. It's not a good thing. Also the PT, I don't think they changed the PT. Now that we are talking about this, I need to have a look at the PT. So the PT was 120 guaranteed, which is called the Spark. And then we had the 160. So I'm pretty sure it's around the same thing. So yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, it's 120, you get the guaranteed character, but then you have another one at 160. You can claim the character at 120, but it's 160 PT. Okay, so this one should be around the same thing, right? On this one, the guaranteed you get at 120, but the regular banner it's 160. So if they've not changed this, it's still 160 PT to get the 5 stars. I mean, you need to do 160 pulls to get a guaranteed 5 stars. If you are unlucky, 160 pulls, that's a lot. And still, 120 pulls is still a lot. There's not much games these days with those crazy PTs. I mean, 120 it's a lot. KU0 Nightmare just released now, it's way better. 70 pulls. Of course, all of these gacha games, I mean, they are gacha games and they have a lot of RNG and there's a lot of monetization, sometimes too heavy, and maybe is not so bad on KU0 Nightmare. I'm gonna talk about it in a second, but yeah, they did too much and probably they were too greedy with this. And the problem is you need to spend so much with the game resources they provide are not that much. You're not getting much every day. To get characters, I think for each month for free you probably will be able to get like 5 stars as a guaranteed in 1 month as a free-to-player, and a paying player, I mean, it depends on how much you're paying, but yeah, you still need to spend a lot to get these guaranteed. But from the strong points, I don't want to be just negative because I quite enjoy the game. I think the mode, all of these modes, the game is quite fluid. I like that the menus are quite quick and fluid. You can navigate pretty quick around here. The modes are quite fast to do and explore. There's auto modes everywhere, and I quite like that the main mode with the Ascension, when you're doing it, you can play on auto mode, but ideally, if you want to push content, and if you want to do the higher stages and harder stages, even if your characters are not that strong, manually you can progress much better, and eventually you're gonna reach really hard content where you need to play manually, or at least you need to dodge the attacks. Yeah, because the funny thing and the thing I enjoy these games is because you need some skill to dodge the attacks and take the less damage. That's a good thing. So it's not just auto modes, you can use manual modes to push your teams, increase power, and these battles will be able to do on manual and not in auto mode. The other issue is that there's not much content. It's basically doing a session, going to all of these levels, then farm bounty trials, which is where you get the materials to upgrade your characters. Then the Menace Arena, you can do it on auto mode and you'll progress automatically. You Cataclysm Survivor, I've not done it yet, I think. Yep, I've not done it yet. So there's a lot of, there's a few modes, but not that much. I mean, your gameplay is just around this. Basically, you do this on auto mode, then Ascension is where you spend most of the time. But I mean, it's quite enjoyable. If they invest and do some work on this game, maybe it will become better than it was at launch. The problem is a lot of players already quit and stopped playing this game, especially with Chaos Zero Nightmare releasing and other gacha games releasing in the next days, like the DNA, the Dread Night Abyss. So now we talked about this game, I want to talk about Chaos Zero Nightmare. I was very hyped about this game because it's the same releasers, it's Stove, the same releaser as Epic 7, and Epic 7 is my favorite gacha game of all time. And now I've heard some people are feeling a bit disappointed with Chaos Zero Nightmare, and I want to address some of these issues. So now we are here on my account, Chaos Zero Nightmare, and I want to talk about monetization as we talk about Stella Sora. So the monetization here is not so heavy like in Stellasaura, it's much better. We can check the banners. There's something tricky they did, which is the 50-50%, and you need to be careful on the featured banner, this one with the rate up. The first guaranteed you have up to at 70 PT, so it's a 70 PT, but the first guaranteed is not, can be, it's a 50-50%, so there's 50% chance to be Yaru and 50% chance to get any other character, which was my luck. I got another character, I'm still happy with it, but they are a bit tricky with that. So if you want Yaru, really want this character, the featured one, the rate up one, expect to spend 70 plus 70. On the worst cases, I got the first character, the first 5 stars at like after 30 pulls, so it was not that bad. But to get both, it's 140, but still the PT is 70, you're getting a character at 70. Then we have this one, and this one is 300. But calm down, okay? It's still 70 to get the guaranteed character, and then at 300, you get another one that you can choose. Okay, so it's not too bad. The worst case scenario, you get 4 from the PT, and then you get for 20 summons, you get a 5th one. Okay, so it's not so bad. Then we have the partners, same PT, same thing. The rate is 1%. Yeah, it's around 1% in general, and 2% for every 5 stars, but is 1%. And when you reach 50 something, so 57. 58, when you reach 58, increases to 4.5%, so there's a big chance to get before 70, which is not so bad. So I don't think the rates here are not so bad as the other one. Then we have this one where you can get some of the models, the prism model to these characters as well, so it's not so bad. And then talking about the shop. So in the shop, I already got some stuff, guys, yeah. So the first one, same thing, guys, but the other one, I think the Stella Sora gives much less stuff. It's the same price. They give 300 and then 2,700. So it's 3,000 every month for $5. Then we have all of these packages. Same thing, not so bad. They are giving 30 pulls plus 6,480 relics for the more expensive one. And we have cheaper one, okay. These ones are even a bit more expensive than the other one. So 1 pull and relics, 2 pulls for 5 plus these ones. So it should be like 4 pulls. Yeah, it's around the same price as the other one. This one is kind of more expensive. Then this is materials. Let's just check the other one. So for 99.99, it's 6,480. Okay. The Stella Sora is now giving 8,000 something times 2. But keep in mind, the PT on there is 120. Okay. Best chance, or 160. So you need to spend more to get there. This one you need to spend much less. Okay, it's like half. It's 120. It's 60 pulls. It's almost half of the PT on Stella Sora. So it makes sense the prices here being you get for for a higher price. It quite made sense. Then the good thing about this is that in Stella Sora the PT doesn't carry over. On these banners the PT carry over the banners, so you never lose the PT. That's a great thing they've done. And also it's a PvE game, okay? The other one is a PvE game as well, but they have some leaderboard with rankings. But still, you don't need to rush for the characters, it's just you playing and progressing. So there's no rush for it, you can get your characters as soon as you can. They quite give you a lot of resources. Okay, as you start, they give you a lot of free pulls. Another thing is how they address the issues. Okay, so I've been following the Discord of them, and guys, they keep addressing every issue and communicating everything. So guys, I'm just gonna pull this. I'm just gonna put this here. So as you guys can see, this has been all the communications today. The game released, and they already made everyone aware of the issues that were going on. They did a compensation, 5 pulls free because of the issues, then another communication with payment issues, and the things they fixed on this one. Okay, so as you guys can see, they are really putting some effort on this game and addressing all of these issues, and this kind of gives much more hope to everyone that is playing. While Stella Sora didn't address anything, didn't say anything, didn't communicate with any player, so they are addressing the issues and the feedback from people much better than Stella Sora. One downside of the game they could do is the skip option. So there's no skip option while you're doing the missions, right? So when you're doing the missions in the story, you have an option to forward 3 times. But 3 times is not that great. I mean, if you are fast forwarding 3 times, you're not watching anything in the story, so just might add a button to skip the story and just start playing, because I know some people don't like to see the story and pay attention to that. They just want to go straight to fight. So I think a forward button is a bit low. Then about auto modes here. So we don't have auto mode in every mode, all right? So you have auto mode on every mode, less chaos mode, okay? So it's the same thing. Stellasaura, you have Ascension. Here you have the chaos manifestation. It takes quite a while in some stages, but you need to do everything on manual. There's no auto mode, and that's quite bad. They're doing that because we have auto mode on every other mode. So they could just add auto mode on chaos, even if it's not that great, but just add auto mode for the people that don't want to play on manual most of the time. Will be great. But well, let's wait and see if they address that, and maybe they add like a auto mode on that mode, because it's already integrated in the game. There's already auto mode on all other modes, so they could just add that to chaos mode as well. So the manual, it kind of makes sense on the chaos mode not having auto mode. They could just add it, but I kind of understand, because it's a more difficult mode. You need to understand it's to pay attention to the game, the cards you get, and you need to plan well your strategy. Otherwise, you're gonna lose that stage and you need to restart every again. So of course, if you're doing on auto mode, you're not really wasting time because you're not paying much attention. But ideally, you want to play it on manual mode because it's a quite hard mode, especially some of the higher stages. But after all, the game is really good. I think the artwork is really good. The characters, the design of them, it's really great, really amazing, very polished. I love the colors of the characters and everything. They look amazing, right? They look amazing. And yeah, it's really great. I really like the design of this game and the effort they put into it. The card turn base is quite enjoyable. I played Hearthstone before, and so I'm quite used to card games. This is a bit different, like a turn base. It's maybe quite the same thing, but it's a full PvE game. I don't know if they're gonna add any PvP modes in the future or some sort of rankings. I don't mind to, because I'm a PvP guy, but of course whales will come and will be more relevant if they add PvP. I don't know what's their plan, because on Epic 7 PvP is quite a great thing and a big thing, but all the characters are quite balanced. We have a lot of characters, and in my opinion, they are all well balanced. They are equally strong. You can use 4-star characters and still do all the stages. You just need to know and do a good strategy, good planning, choose the right cards. I mean, it's really a game that makes you to push your head and think about what you're doing and what is the best strategy, and know more about the game to plan it better. All right, but after all, I'm really enjoying this game, and I think they are really doing a good job. But just to show you the difference, how Chaos Euro Nightmare devs are addressing the issues, while Stellasaura is like, I don't care. And they did some changes probably on the monetization before I recording this video. I've not noticed, but looks like they did. But I didn't know much about that, probably because there's a lot of people that left, players that left and are not playing anymore, so maybe that news didn't come out, or I didn't find out it easier. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to talk about these because there's a lot of stuff going on about these and people commenting, and it feels like all the games that are releasing now are just bad, and I don't think KO Zero Nightmare is bad. Neither Stella Sora. As I said, I enjoyed it. It's quite nice to play. But yeah, KO Zero Nightmare is the game I really enjoy much more. KO Zero Nightmare, because it feels like the effort they put into the game, the storyline, everything, game mode, artwork. You can really feel that. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more content, KO Zero Nightmare or Stellasaura, I'll be focusing more on KO Zero Nightmare for now. So make sure to leave a like in this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to watch some more content. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.